So I will be graduating in 4 months, and here are 10 things you need to know about VIT Chennai before joining if you are planning on it. Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Sona's Video Diary. I am Ananya and I will be telling you everything that I know about VIT as a student who is about to graduate from it. मैं वो सारे क्वेश्चंस आंसर करने वाली हूँ जो मुझे YouTube comments and DMs में आते हैं about the college every time the admission season rolls around. So take a drink or a snack, sit down and let's have this chat. Okay, so I am starting off with the key thing, that is academics. Academics in the college are really good, I would say. The lab facilities in particular were my favorite. The सारे labs में AC है, which in Chennai is a must. And I would say that your academics are very dependent on the teachers you choose when you make your timetable. It is all about the art of making your timetable. So in the first semester, you will be randomly assigned teachers based on your register number and your courses. But from second semester, you will be allowed to make your own timetable. The process is called FFCS, which का formula मैं भूल गई. So basically, you can make two types of timetables, a morning timetable or an afternoon timetable. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि तुम्हारी सारी classes morning या सारी afternoon में होंगी. Morning means all of your theory classes will be in the morning and your labs will be in the afternoon, and afternoon is just vice versa. Now, there are various kinds of teachers from A-listers to blacklisted faculties. So to get your best pick, you need to have 100% attendance in first semester because 100% attendance वालों को सबसे ज़्यादा preference मिलती है. Then after your second semester is over, you get preference based on your CGPA. 9 pointers, aka the people who have CGPA above 9, get first preference in the faculties they want to pick. And if there is a class filled with 9 pointers, the competition is going to be insane for you because there is relative grading in theory classes. Lab classes mein it's absolute grading. However, they don't grant S grade to more than 5 or 6 people in lab as well. तुम कितना भी कष्ट कर लो, no matter how much you toil away, you are going to get an A only for the most part unless you have a good rapport with your teacher. While we're talking about academics, let's talk about the library. The library is a great place. It has AC, it has charging ports on every table. You can study there with absolute focus, and I loved going to the library as often as I could. You can issue books for 2 weeks at a time. There is an entire system there, and they have a very good collection of academic books if you are somebody who likes to study from books rather than digital material. It's a 3-floor library, and it's basically campus khulte. One of the first things that you see is the library. To keep a track of your assignments and your timetable, you also have VIT apps, VIT student apps. They're both separate for Android and iOS because students themselves made open source apps for you. I have used both, and I would say I preferred the Android one because the dude who made that was... I still have that app even though I have no use for it. I don't know why. I will eventually uninstall it, but not right now. It basically keeps track of most of the stuff that you would get on VTop, including your attendance, how many classes you can skip if you need to maintain 75% attendance, and your CGPA. So, and your grade, also your grades. Excellent app. I will also put a link of that in the description below so that you can download it for yourself if you have an Android or an iOS, depending on your needs, if you join the college, that is. Moving on, we have the placements. Again, a very key factor that I get asked about so often. So, placements, again, mostly dependent on your CGPA and your DSA knowledge because when companies roll around, 9 pointers again get first preference for filling the forms of the companies that pay the highest. And when the companies conduct any tests on HackerRank or whatever platform they're choosing, your DSA knowledge is going to come into use. So if you're somebody who's going to join an engineering college, take my advice, start DSA from day 1. It will take you 3 years before placement start, but by then you will be so polished that it will be this easy for you to get a placement if you practice on a daily basis and you are that knowledgeable. It will even open you up for better placements off campus if you have your skills. And more often than not, your CGPA will be a nice barrier that helps you get into the cream companies. So focus on your academics if you are really serious about on-campus placements because there is no other way of cracking that. Companies, all the good companies come. Google, Microsoft, MotorQ, Amazon, Apple, you get your choice of it. You even get Nvidia. A lot of big companies come, but you do have to prepare of the mindset ki which company you want, what kind of placements they will have. And the placement sector, they really try their best to give you all the help they can. However, in guiding, they're not that polished, especially because there might be a language gap for the North Indian students and the South Indian faculties. So you have to keep in mind that the best support that you might get would be from the seniors or the friends you make on campus. Third question that I get more often is the labs. Are the labs good? Especially electronics people ask me this very often, but I was not from an electric branch and I have no idea about their labs except for the fact that the labs are tough. Like the lab subjects are tough for the ECE, ECM people. But the facilities I would say are still good, and you should definitely look into like the campus tours that other people have posted, because I have never made one. Now, this is something that I've only been asked like once or twice, but I think it's something that everybody who is joining the college should know, that your college email is a nice goldmine to get pro subscriptions of Google One, Perplexity, Spotify, Adobe, Canva, and a lot of other facilities which you can use to your benefit to make your academics better. Especially in Google One, you get Notebook LM, which is a great tool for studying. I started using it in my last 2 semesters, and it made studying so much easier for the CAT exams. The exam pattern in the college is also, you get 3 exams per semester: CAT 1, CAT 2 and FATS. So CAT 1 and CAT 2 are basically like your midterms spread apart in 2 exams, and FATS are your finals. There is a 50-mark exam in CAT, 100 in FATS, and you need overall 40 marks in total, 100 marks to pass, and you also need 40 in your final exams to pass. The college aesthetic wise is beautiful. However, there is constantly construction going on, and they've cut down so many trees, and it used to be much more green when I joined, but I'm pretty sure by the time I go for like a reunion or even my graduation, the campus is going to be unrecognizable because of so much construction going on constantly.
हर जगह अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन.
This is by far the most asked question that I get for this college. What are the rules about PDA and dress code? Are there red tag ANAs? So yes, there are red tag faculties and security guards. Their whole purpose in life is to identify couples on campus. I don't know what motivates them, but something definitely does. Even minor actions which could be very platonic on your end, something as stupid as a thumb war, can get you punishments, and you might have to present yourself in front of a disciplinary committee, because each one of my friends has gone through something or the other in which we got threatened for our ID card to be taken away, and it was like very minor offenses. Like, it's not even PDA if you think about it in North India, but in South India it's a little bit more orthodox, and since you're going to their place, you have to be more accepting of the values that they are imparting on you, and you have to be very careful so that your college life is not that messy. Dress code, I would say, has got a little more lenient since I joined. However, you're not allowed to wear sleeveless, ripped jeans or crop tops as girls. Guys have no dress code. Nobody cares what they wear, and yes, it is a bias, but you can't do anything. The in time for girls is 8 p.m. and guys is 9 p.m. Not big of a difference, but regardless of your gender, you have to enter campus by 6 p.m. every day. And you're not allowed to leave the campus unless you have an official outing or a leave. Now let's talk about outings and leaves. So there is an entire procedure. There is a website, VTOP, which is basically your college website on which you apply for everything. It has your grades, your transcripts, your outing histories, your leave histories, all your personal information, your banking. You even pay your academic fees through that portal. So in VTOP, there is an entire section dedicated to applying for outings and leaves. Leaves, generally you would apply when you're going home. If you register a local guardian, you're also allowed to take leaves to go meet them. Outings are for 6 hours on weekends and 4 hours on weekdays, and you have to apply prior. You can't just get up, sign a slip and leave. That's not an option. You have to apply at least like 24 hours in advance. Get your proctor to approve it. Your parents need to send a mail to your proctor, and then you are allowed to leave the campus. Now let's talk about the food you get on campus. So obviously there are on-campus canteens and eateries. There is your mess. While we're talking about college eateries, there is Gazebo, North Square, Gymkhana, Domino's, and one place that keeps changing its franchises every chance it gets. And there is also V-Mart on campus in which you can get some snacks, not groceries, snacks, drinks, ice creams, and like some stationery, some basic cleaning amenities like soaps, shampoos, stuff like that. Vim vagera if you need to keep utensils in your room, stuff like that. It's all available on campus. You don't have to worry. There's also an ATM on campus for like quick cash withdrawals, so that is also good access for people, I would say. Now, mess has 3 divisions for girls and 4 for boys. So the 3 main divisions are veg, non-veg, and special. Veg, very clear. It's the cheapest option, so you get the least things. Non-veg is slightly more expensive because they supply you with meat. Special has both veg and non-veg options, but the payment for it is the same only. Special has a couple more items each time, like सुबह तुम्हें juice मिल जाएगा, cornflakes मिल जाएंगे in breakfast. Lunch में they might have an item extra. Snacks is same for everybody. It's chai, coffee, and one item that they serve for snacks. And dinner in special mess you get soup and maybe a dessert more often than the other messes do. My laptop is bald right now. Do not look at it. Now the 4th option that the dudes get is food park. Food park is like a restaurant kind of environment where you get certain credits at the beginning of the month. There is an app on your phone. You get to order everything you want from these places and you're charged accordingly from your credits. Food park is the most expensive option, but right now, from what I know, the time जब तक लड़कियां थी हॉस्टल में मेरे बैच की, there was no food park for girls. I honestly only know about the girls' hostel better, obviously. So let me break it down. Girls' hostel, since we have more restrictions as girls in the campus, the wardens try to make up for it by organizing a lot of events, hostel days, random DJ nights, movie nights to make you feel more welcome. There is night mess in both the hostels so that you can get something of your craving to eat. There are vending machines in every hostel. There are TT tables on every alternate floor in B block. There is also the opportunity to play TT in hostel gym, where you can get some, what are those called? Board games also, like chess, from what I remember, chess and carom and stuff. And there is a small snack shop inside B block where you can buy chips, chocolates, drinks, water, little bit of stationery. When you need something randomly, it is generally there in the hostel. There are also fruit shops in both the hostels where you can buy fresh fruits and fruit juices, which is very good because of the hot climate of Chennai. So you don't have to constantly rely on Blinkit. Talking about Blinkit, you can get Blinkit, Swiggy, Zomato, and any other online ordering like Amazon, Nykaa, Myntra, all of that delivers to the hostel, to the college, not the hostel. You have to go to the main gate to get your orders. There is a separate section there where you can get everything. And you obviously cannot order stuff that you can't use, like you can't eat readily, like Maggi vagera. So you have to be careful about that. But yeah, it's good because if you need random printouts, you need snacks, there's something that is not available, you'll get that. There is also a, what is that called? Medicine store next to the campus. You can call the dude, he will come deliver you medicines. He comes like twice or thrice a day based on your needs. There is also a health center inside the college which will give you some over-the-counter medicines based on your symptoms. So you don't actually always need to order medication in case you're sick. And the college also has a tie-up with the hospital. So for some basic checkups, you are taken by an ambulance generally to go see the doctors there. For girls, you are taken with lady guards for your security. You're not allowed to go with friends. You'll have to go alone with a lady guard to the hospital. And under certain special circumstances, they might let you go with a friend. One time I had to be rushed to the emergency at like 1 AM because मैं बोल नहीं पा रही थी. I had bitten my cheek through in the night and my wisdom tooth was growing and यहाँ पे काफ़ी bleeding type का scenario हो गया. मैं बिल्कुल नहीं बोल पा रही थी. I was in immense pain. So my best friend Isha was allowed to go with me in the middle of the night. It was like 1 AM. But since situation was dire, I couldn't go alone and I couldn't communicate to a lady guard either कि मुझे क्या हो रहा है. So they allowed her to go. So certain बोल ही नहीं पाए. For कुछ special circumstances के लिए they let a friend go with you. Not always. And finally, let's talk about the sports and ambience of the college. So there is pretty much every sports facility that you might want. There's badminton, football, basketball, tennis, There's also swimming, gym, rock climbing. There's a lot of stuff, and you can easily avail any of the facilities, paid and unpaid. Paid mein basically you get a daily access for certain closed door things like swimming. Swimming is only available in paid options. Swimming, gym and rock climbing only available in paid options. The rest of them are also available as unpaid basically. In AB1 there is a certain area, this the PED department, from where you can get kuch board games, rackets, footballs, basketball. You issue it using your college ID card obviously, and you can play. There's a lot of good areas to play, so you can make the best use of in-campus life as a hostler there. The fest life, like campus has events going on constantly, like every other day, every other week, some or the other club is organizing an event, and since it's mandatory for second year students to be in a club, all of you will get to experience the club life at least once, and honestly it's a great experience. You get so much exposure, you get to meet so many new kinds of people, you expand your horizons so much. I would definitely suggest that you try to get into a club since first year, like before mandatory recruiting comes around, and that will help you strengthen your bonds inside the club. Every club recruits freshers. They always have a curtain raiser event which will help you identify what club you want to be in, so keep a lookout for that, because the moment you enter campus, events will start. The two big events that the campus throws is Vibrance and Techno VIT. So Techno VIT is obviously a tech event engineering college. So then Techno VIT mein clubs don't organize events, clubs get subsumed by the schools. For example, mera school was Scope. Scope has Qubit as its Techno VIT representation school. Scope mein basically you get engineering core, BAI, BRS, CPS, ये सारी branches. Then मुझे बाकी schools नहीं पता है, but I'll look them up and I'll put the list here. So basically each technical school puts up a lot of events under the clubs. For example, Qubit है, उसका Android club है. Android club will host 3-4 events. Inter-college events also होते हैं Techno VIT में. You will get to invite people from outside your college to come participate in these events as competitors, and it helps build a very nice rapport. There is a nice food stall in both fests so that you get to eat bahar ka khana. Though there are not that many options each time around, you can definitely check it out. And Vibrance is the fest that is all about culture. Every club organizes many events during this. The club that I was a part of, Designers Club, had a flagship event called Stylathon. So Designers Club was a fashion club. It was part of VFit. And Stylathon was also an inter-college event. You get to invite people from outside the college to participate in teams. I'll put a footage of it here so that you can see the kind of event we hosted. I would say that the more you try to immerse yourself actively in these fests, the more fun you'll have. Vibrance also has concerts, as then artists are invited to come perform for you. There are many kinds of tickets, gold, silver, platinum and all that. You can check that out based on your wishes to go see the artists that come. There are generally a very popular North Indian artist, some South Indian artists, some DJs that come for a DJ night. And I will put the lineups also for the past few Vibrances that I was a part of, like the ones that happened when I was in college, and you can see if this is and you'll be able to see the kind of life Vibrance provides to the people inside college, and it is honestly great. You should definitely attend it at least once, if not more than that. I would say overall my college life was good, and it really depends on the kind of friends you make, the kind of life you build for yourself, and how social you are. And yeah, I guess that's it. My only advice would be try to live it to the fullest while also focusing on your academics, and yeah, the college will give you memories for a lifetime. If you have any other questions, comment down below and I will answer them as best to my knowledge as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and if you watched till here, comment this emoji so that I know that you're a real one.